Okay, finally, here it comes. Here's my review of Despicable Me 3. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2017 computer animated comedy flick Despicable Me 3, released by Universal and produced by Illumination. The third main installment of the Despicable Me franchise and fourth installment overall after Minions had come out. Directed by Pierre Coffin, along with Kyle Balda, and co-directed by production designer and character designer Eric Gillian, made by Cinco Paul and Ken Dorio. Film brings back most of the voices from the previous film, including Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig, and Miranda Cosgrove, plus Coffin himself, Steve Coogan, Jenny Slate, Dana Gare, Nev Sherrill, and Julie Andrews. This time around, Gru teams up with his long-lost twin brother Drew in order to defeat a new enemy named Baltazar Brett, voiced by Trey Parker, half of the duo that brought us a certain little show called South Park. Former child actor obsessed with the 1980s who grows up to become a villain after having his show canceled following adolescence. Anyway, unlike the first two, this got mixed reviews in my view, but still became the fourth highest grossing film of 2017. Anyway, if you haven't seen my reviews for the first two films or the Minions films, I've included the Minions films with the Despicable Me films in the playlist. Click on that card, and it'll take you to the playlist so you can catch what you might have missed or see the reviews again if you'd like. Okay, give me just a sec or two. Alright, good. Let's get started with the story. Married anti-villain league agents Gru and Lucy Wilde are sent to stop Baltazar Bratt, a former child actor turned supervillain, after his show Evil Brat was canceled when he reached puberty, from stealing the Demont diamond. Gru recovers it, but Brat escapes. Displeased director Valerie Da Vinci, taking former director Silas Ramsbaum's place, dismisses Gru and Lucy from the AVL. When Gru and Lucy return home, they tell their adopted daughters, Margot, Edith, and Agnes, of their dismissal, but assure them they will soon have new jobs. When Gru refuses to return to being a supervillain, and his assistant, Dr. Nefario, is frozen in carbonite, most of his minions, led by Mil, abandon him to find new jobs, but eventually land in jail. A butler named Fritz arrives at Gru's home with an invitation from Gru's long-lost twin Drew, who lives in a distant country named Fredonia. The family travels to meet him and are surprised by his immense wealth and massive mansion. Fritz attributes this success to their large pig farming business. Meanwhile, Brat steals the diamond again, intending to use it to power a giant robot that will destroy Hollywood, Los Angeles, as revenge for his show's cancellation. Drew reveals to Gru that their deceased father was a supervillain known as the Bald Terror, whose villainous activities and technological advances are the real source of the family's wealth. Drew wants Gru to teach him how to become a villain, but Gru refuses to revert to his old ways. While Lucy struggles with her new tasks as a mother, Drew and Gru become closer, especially after joyriding in their father's high-tech vehicle. Gru and Drew decide to steal the diamond, however, Gru secretly intends to bring it to the AVL to convince Da Vinci to rehire him and Lucy. They narrowly escape with the diamond and are rescued by Lucy. Drew, finding out Gru's true motives, is upset that Gru lied to him about teaching him how to be a villain. In return, Gru insults Drew's incompetence and declares he will leave Fredonia and end their relationship. Now for the final act and the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Thank you. And here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Brad, disguised as Lucy, kidnaps the girls and once again acquires the diamond. Gru and Drew put aside their differences and pursue him after realizing the deception. With his robot powered by the diamond, Brad terrorizes Hollywood covered in super-powered bubble gum in hopes of lifting the into outer space. Lucy rescues the girls as Brad tries to kill Gru with the robot's laser. Drew manages to break into the robot and power it down from the inside, nearly dying in the process. Brad confronts Gru, who challenges him to a dance fight, eventually stealing Brad's weaponized guitar and defeating him with it. The Mans, having escaped jail, reunite with Gru. Drew and Gru also reconcile. Gru and Lucy are reinstated into the AVL. The newly united family celebrates in Gru's home, and Lucy bonds with the girls and acknowledges them as her daughters. Drew, along with most of his men, steals Gru's aircraft and flies away. Gru and Lucy decide to give them a 5-minute head start before engaging in pursuit. End of story. So what did I think of Despicable Me 3? Well, I liked it. It was pretty good. I mean, I liked how I had a little bit of a villain who was into the 1980s. Of course, I was born in the 80s, of course. Anyway, I thought this was fun. And still, it was a big him, what have you. Anyway, yeah, it has some pretty good humor and great animation. Again, humor's good. But I still think it's good. But I can't decide where it's as good as the previous one because I do think second one's good. But the first Despicable Me is a good flight since it was Illumination's breakout hit. Pharrell Williams and Heitor Pereira returned to do the score and music for this. So they did a pretty good job too. Steve Carell voices both Gru and Drew. Both were pretty good, and why have you? And I mean the characters. Kristen Wiig once again voices Lucy. Very good. Trey Parker, I was surprised. This is kind of a rare achievement he did outside the mature rated South Park in voicing Balthazar Brad. That's really something, huh? Pierre Coffin once again does the Minions, and also voices a museum director and does additional voices with Cabalda. Miranda Cosgrove once again voices Margot. Let's see. Dana Gare voices Edith again. And Nev Sharell voices Agnes this time, since Elsie Fisher during the first two, I'd say she was kind of a little, I think she was a little too old to continue that role. But hey, I'm cool with that. Steve Coogan once again plays Silas Ramsbaum and also voices Drew's butler, Fritz. And Jenny Slate voices Valerie Da Vinci. Yeah. Pretty good voice acting cast. I really did appreciate those people as well. I must say it was just so much fun. Despite the mixed response, it went on to become the fourth highest grossing film of 2017, as I've said, and went on to make $1 billion worldwide, just like Minions did. Now there is to be a fourth Despicable Me coming up in a couple more years. They say it'll come out in July of 2024, so we have to wait 2 more years for that. But anyway, yeah, and also it's the shortest of the films from the looks of it. Give me a second, let me check. Yeah, the film's only an hour and a half, 90 minutes. So that's actually 5 minutes shorter than the first film. And 8 minutes less than the previous film. But even so, Despicable Me 3 does have a lot of fun moments. And I thought it was cool they had a little bit of an 80s vibe in it, especially with the villain. So, with everything said, would I recommend Despicable Me 3? The answer is yes, you betcha. I think this is a good film, and I think y'all check out. I mean, Illumination's done more hits than misses than what you could think, you know. But you be the judge. Anyway, I did enjoy it, and well, I hope for the best. Despicable Me 4 turns out good when they get it done. Anyway, so what are your thoughts on Despicable Me 3? Please tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, be a part of the Big D Nation, and stay tuned for my next Saturday morning TV log, which happens to be the one I was supposed to give you a week ago on Inside Private Eye for realsies, as I'm sending kid video to next month, which was originally supposed to be this week's Saturday morning TV log, but because of my more recent issue with my previous laptop, I just had to shake things up. But anyway, now you know. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, consider checking out some of these other vids. In the upper left-hand corner is my re-review for another threequel of an animated flick, and that's Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 3. Or go to the upper right-hand corner and see my re-review of another film that came out in 2017, which recently had an anniversary, and that was Spider-Man Homecoming. Or if you would like, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my spoiler-free review of the new anime feature Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank, which has now become my most viewed video so far this month, being out Thor, Love, and Thunder. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.